Yeah, here I am, Friday afternoon, and kind of a short one today, or maybe not. Who knows how long I babbled on. But the couple of things I got done this week, some of them were around at the back of it here, in there, like that, and some of it was into the front where I'll show you, where what do you call that? Where Barney Rubble was visiting us, right? So Barney Rubble's been here, and we're evicting him. It'll take a little bit more time to get some of this stuff out of the way here. And you can see, and they got new dollies, eh? They work good too. So that's the floor I've got in so far. This part here was the whole day working on that to get that much of it in there. I imagine it'll be a day's worth working on that to get that much of it in there. So anyway, that's progress for this week. And I won't see you for a couple of weeks because I'm going away next week for a bit. So I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Now, if you hang around, well, what else happened? Like you all know, Fiona blew down. It huffed and puffed and blew down my tent, right? So I went, Canadian Tire had smaller ones on sale, so I figured, well, I want to make a new structure here, so I'll get a building permit and make like an add-on to here, kind of a carport or kind of a shed on the edge of this one, and that'll give me lots of more storage. But in the meantime, Canadian Tire had these things on sale for the same price as a cover for that one, so do the math. So I figured I'll just put this up and it's ready for that's going to hold the Mercedes for the winter, and then it'll likely last 3 or 4 years before I have to think about it again, before another big storm comes and huffs and puffs. So anyhow, you get some of that on this today. Then also, like if you stick around to the end of it, there's a new little doggy I've got called Buster. And Buster is another little beagle. And so I like having a dog around. So Buster's come to live here. And around the end, there are a couple of walk to the beach that you can see how Buster looks. So looking forward to it. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now. Yeah, here I am, back at it again on the Volkswagen. Another new week. Anyway, yesterday I was working on the floorboard over there, so I've got this one here, I'll show you. Yeah, so here, this one here, I've got it bent kind of the way I want it. Can you see all that? Yeah. And then I trimmed off some of this end here so I could just button cut it there in the car. And I've got these hoopy things made in here. It looks better from this side here, you can see them. Then this is ready for plug welds along here and plug welds along the back. So I'll see if I can make that all come together, and I'll show you when I get half installed here. Yeah, there, take two. So I've got it clamped across right here, but I think I have it too far this way because I thought this hole would be on here. Can you see that? This hole here, I thought it'd be on there. So I need to move the whole thing over a little bit that way, reclamp it, and then see what it comes from there. Okay, I'll just figure things out here. Yeah, now here I'm pretty near ready to start fitting this thing. So I'm going to put a tack weld here, put a tack weld here, put a tack weld there. Just leave it down here. Maybe I'll just put a weld right there, see if that'll hold it for a short term. That'll keep everything straight, and I'll leave it clamped over there. Over there I'll leave it clamped. So it seems to be, it comes out a little bit far here at this end, comes out a bit far, but I'll trim that off later if I have to. Right now I want the this part here will go down and flange across on it there. I'll leave that hole because that'll make it a butt weld for, plug weld for this thing when it flanges in. Anyway, that's okay. So I'll start welding. Yeah, there's floor piece number 1 in, pretty solid. Now I had to, this stuff here is very thin, like a 20 gauge or 22 gauge. I don't know how thin it is, I could check, I guess. So I had to turn the heat down on the machine for running 24 gauge, and then I was able to come off with the heavy stuff, this stuff here, and onto the lighter stuff and get it to weld together. But it seems to be okay. I think we're good. I think I'll check underneath to see how the penetration looks. In fact, I'll do that right now. Yeah, there, can you see that? That looks pretty good. Looks like it came through all right with good penetration in most parts. A couple of spots were a little bit iffy, but for the most part it looks pretty good from underneath. So I'll let that be. Oh, now that piece is in, so what next, eh? So I've got it. I grounded a bit up there, but not too much because it's going to be covered up with everything, and I'll put some sealer on that stuff. But over here, in this corner, this corner here, don't know what for sure you're looking at there, hopefully you're looking the right way. This corner here, I got to, I think I'll make this piece to fit, and then I'll make this piece here to fit. Then I'll put these together on the bench and then weld them all in together. See what happens, eh? See what works with that. We'll see. Yeah, how are you doing today? Here I am, back at it again. I'll just show you what's going to be coming up here. So then this thing here, I've got this cut out to fit into, I haven't got it cut out. I've got it halfway built to fit into that slot over here. I'll show you. Right in here, this area here gets filled in with that, and then but I have to also make another piece that comes out this way, and I'll put them together and then put them both in at the same time, I hope. See what happens with that. Anyhow, there's what I'm starting on today. Yeah, there's that first piece trimmed off, and I've got some holes drilled for plug welds in there. Haven't figured out how to do the end piece here yet, but I'll sort of just see if I can figure that out right about now. Yeah, so here now, while you weren't looking, I built this piece in here to just start going around that corner, and then this piece here will sit right on top of it, hey? So now I'll butt weld it across the top here, and then plug weld it down below. See how that works out. Actually, it fits pretty nice, that piece. I don't know what I did wrong there, but I guess that's all right. Yeah, very awkward spot to be welding in here, but I imagine I'll just persevere and get it done. Then I'll start moving over to this stuff over here somehow. Oops, where am I pointing? Over to this stuff over here somehow. See if I can make that come together somehow. Yeah, there now. Where am I? Over here somewhere. So I gave it a bit of a grind along there, and it looks not too bad. It's not great, but not too bad. We'll let it go for now. I've still got some fixing up to do. You see a hole right through there, but that's got to be filled up with seam filler the way it was in the past. Anyway, I'll carry on and see if I can start building something out here. Yeah, so some of these pieces are difficult to make. So I made this piece here. You can see that it's got that hoopy thing or bulb in it there to fit onto here and then come back down last plane, right? So it'll sit in there something like that. And then this piece here comes down kind of like on an angle for a bit, and then it flattens out down here, I hope, to make it all come together right. We'll just stick it in and see what happens, hey? Yeah, there, that piece is in now with the reasonably good contour on it there. Makes it look like it was. It's not the same as the other side. You can't see the other side over there in the dark, I don't think, but it's the other side's got straighter angles on it. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. That's the way they might be because of the way the windshield wiper fluid thing fits in here. And there was some sort of a screw hole there. I don't know what that's for, but I'll sort it out as we go along. I'll do a bit of a grind on that, and then I'll start thinking about how to make this piece out here next. Then I only have that piece over there to make. So that's, this about 3 hours into this one piece here. Oops, there, yeah, 3 hours into this piece here. So it takes a few hours to do one of these things. Hey, and I got to use one of my brand new dollies. Yay. It works good too. Yeah, there now. I was thinking it was time for a break, but it's quitting time already. So let me see. I'll show you what I got done here perhaps. Turn this around. There you are. So now this part here that I was saving up, I still have to save it a bit to get the right depth on that. So this floor is all in, and that's all in over there. So it's looking kind of like a van. Well, Bernie Rubble has been halfway evicted anyhow. So tomorrow maybe I'll get down in here and make this piece. Then I'll get over there and make that piece. And then figure out where what this is supposed to do. It's supposed to hang on something, I'm sure. Maybe it's in the book somewhere. I'll check it out. So there you go. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on the Volkswagen van. Yeah, quitting time, and it's just 20 past 5. And the time change happened last night, I guess. Big full moon coming up over there somewhere. You can see that? More or less. Out through the trees. And then dark already. So, winter's coming, but it doesn't feel like it around here. It's still maybe 10 or 12, 15 degrees maybe. Plenty warm. So, I know that out in Alberta they're getting 20 below stuff all the time, and that's a little bit hard to take. You live without that. But it's a dry cold, eh? No, it isn't. It's just damn cold. Yeah, where's that moon coming through? Can't quite see it through the trees there yet. I'll go on the other side of the house and take a look at it. See what it looks like over there. Like the sun is setting on that side of the planet, and the moon is rising on the other side of the planet. Here it is. I'll get out past the trees here and have a good look at it. A little bit hazy, but there we go. Big moon coming up. So, see you tomorrow. Focusing failed. Who knows, eh? Anyhow, here I am, back another day at the grind here with the Volkswagen Westfalia. But now, where am I looking? I was going to look over here and show you. Can you see up there? Yeah, the white thing way over there. That's a heat pump. And I used that for the last year or two with in the wintertime, just making heat in here, but it fills up full of dust all the time. And I don't think it's very good for it, so I'd like to save that for the summertime air conditioning part of it. Now I did put this thing here, which is a 3-speed remote controlled air filtration system, it says right there. And it does work a little bit, but I want to have some heat in here. So I went to, what do you call it, that Princess's Auto, my favorite store. And don't you know they had this on sale today. So I've got it wired up, and we'll get it mounted up there somewhere and see how that works out. And I've got it ready to, I'll run the wire on the outside across, then when I get to here I'll drill a hole through and then punch it down through to into the box, and then I'll just hook it on I'll use the same circuit as this one here, which is the 220 volt circuit for the heat pump, and I won't use them both at the same time. One or the other will get used, so I can use that circuit. Yeah, there, that thing's installed. Pretty simple. It's got it comes with all the stuff. Excuse me. Comes with everything it needs. No, I'll just stick my hand up there to see if it's making any heat. That means taking a glove off. Excuse me while I take my glove off. Okay. Let us check it out. Oh yeah, there's heat coming and everything. So that'll be good. And it's got these louvers. You just set the louvers where you want them. Blow the heat down a bit. And the temperature gauge is here. I've got it set kind of the lowest place it'll go. Someday I might put a thermostat on it, but that would mean rewiring it inside there, so I won't do that right away. And then I ran the wire across the outside up there and then into the wall just above the thing here and put it into the electrical panel here, and I just put it on this same circuit as what the heat pump is on, but I won't use the heat pump if I'm using this, and I won't use this if I'm using the heat pump, and blah blah blah. So put this back together and make it look good again, and we'll be all right. Yeah, now back to the task at hand here. So I've got this piece. Last night I got that into there, or last evening. Now I'll work on, see if I can make this piece here somehow. That'll be a bit of a challenge. I'll see what happens here. Yeah, so now I took a piece of metal, right, about 11 inches long or 12 inches long, longer than I need, and I made it sort of the basic shape of that step in there. That's the way it's supposed to sit when it's done. Now I'm going to cut out this bit here, see if I can get that corner sort of coming around, and then I'll see where I go from there. Yeah, there I've done a bunch of, in the shrinker and stretcher, made this little bit of a curve like that. And then I've cut these reliefs in it so it'll bend up around there like it's supposed to, and then that relief over there. And then it kind of fits in there where it's supposed to be. Then I'll fill in these other bits after the fact. I'll get this big piece in and then fill in the little pieces. Like that'll take a bit of it. I'll turn the flange down here somewhere to here. And then I'll put a different flange on up here. I'll fill that in later. Well, as I can get along here. But first, I have to sort of cut it in there now to see where it's going to sit when it's finally sitting. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, there's getting to be pretty close fit here. So what I might do now is sort of just tack weld it into place, then see about the other pieces that have to fit in. Like I might take a bit more cutting right here and put another piece in there, which wouldn't be a bad thing to do. But I can certainly get that into the right spot, and then that would be the way it's supposed to be. Cool. So first I got to make a little piece in here to fit into that, what I've cut out there. I might be able to build that on a bench. Maybe not. Maybe it's just as easy to put it in here. We'll see. Yeah, now there's a day's work, right? Getting that piece made so it'll fit in there sort of half decently. So I've got it so it fits in pretty good right now, right? Like that. I'm going to weld it up at the back here, plug weld it here, and then get the front end to fit in. Then there's a bunch of work in here to do to fill in a couple of holes that are left out still. So I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, was I pointing in the right direction? There's a hole in here that I have to fill in yet. So I'll figure that out as I go along. I might cut a little bit more out of there or do something else. We'll see. Yeah, there, it's coming along. So this, like that humpy thing there that I made in the floor, looks like it should be there, right? And then this part here is, I've got it welded here, I've got it welded along there, plug welded up here, welded at this corner here. So I'll have to weld it along the bottom here. And then that'll be in there. And I think the door will close. I haven't checked that yet. Maybe I should do that, eh? I'll just check and see the door closes. 1 second here. Gotta move this light. That's the only thing in the way. See what happens. Watching? Yeah. Door closes, no trouble. No rubber on it there yet, but that's all right. The rubber will take it all up. So that's good. Then a little bit, well, lots more work, a little bit more work. Got to figure out this corner here down to here. Cut off this extra bit so it doesn't dig into the tire, right? Yeah, that'll be a good idea. And then figure out the rest of this. There's got to be a little bit of shelf across, right about there. I guess the shelf goes across to there, from there, there, to there, and a little bit of an outward jut. So that'll come up, and the outward jut sits on top of it, as far as I can tell. Yeah, sits on top of it, and that. So that'll be butt welded here, plug welded I think across here, and then that other piece comes down. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all for today. So there, working on the 82 Volkswagen van as usual, and making some progress. So see you tomorrow. Or I got to take a trip tomorrow, so we'll see you the day after tomorrow. Bye-bye. Yeah, now we interrupt this very important Volkswagen build to go out and put up a new, so I've got a new tent, not like that one. I'm going to take that one down and put a structure here of some sort. Have to get a building permit and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I'll put up this one here, which is 10 foot by 20 foot by 8 foot. Now that one there is bigger. It's 24 foot by 12 foot. But this will be fine for the meantime and I got to put it right in here in between the pointing that way, and then I'll drive the Mercedes into it and get it out of the weather. Likely put the lawnmower or something in there. We'll see what else. Who knows? There's another golf cart coming. It may end up there. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, so hoopy things, right? That's one end. It's got this kind of an end on it, right? Then these ones here with this kind of an end go in the middles, and then this one here goes at the other end. So the only ones you have to sort of make sure that the bolts are, see here, the end of the bolts are pointing in so they don't rip the tarp. And then on this end here, the end of the bolts are going to be pointing inward so they don't rip the tarp. Anyway, there. So I'll carry on. Yeah, there you go. That's, can you see that? There's a structure here now. Yeah, there. So all the hoops are up, and should be able to finish it tomorrow. It's got to go like down here. There's another rung of pipes that come across here, but they hold down the tarp, so that all gets. So I'll get it into position over there, and then I'll start putting the tarp on it. See how it comes out. There you go. Yeah. So Friday afternoon here, working on getting this. Like there's a storm coming tomorrow, right? 1, 2, 3, there. Storm coming tomorrow, and that tent thing there is not much use. But I've got this other one, a smaller one here, that I'm gonna slide that car into when I get this finished. So I've got the frameworks all up, and then you put on the end pieces like that, and I'm working on that end piece down there to get that one up. Then you go ahead and put the cover over it and then slide the car into it. I'll put some rebars or something down here to hold this tight. I've got, right now there's just a wire across that to hold the right distance from there to there. Anyway, I'll show you when I get farther along. Yeah, is that recording? Yeah, there we are. So progress is coming along. That thing there is all batten down the hatches, right? So now this thing here, when you come to, watch out for this choke wire here they got. So when you come to here, the instructions don't tell you to do this, but this is how I do it because I've done it on the other ones. So you go ahead and put this pole all the way along on the bottom of this side of the, so the white is inside, on the bottom of this side of the whole thing. Then I've got this other pole that's like a, what number is 13345, 13345 pole, and I'll put it, now I've got a rope. Oh, the sun's right in your eyes there. Sun's always right in your eyes. So I put a rope up over the top here like that, and then I'll put this pole in the other side. Wait till I go around here and I'll show you. That's the back of it there done, right? And I've got it pulled together with these, with the tarp straps, the way they pull those tarp straps together. Now, over on this side here, where am I? Oops. Pointing everywhere except for where you want it, eh? So I just pull this out to where it comes to, which is right here. Then I'll put this pole through here, tie the rope to it, and then start pulling it up over. So, pointing with the camera, I'll pull it up over. Now a little bit of a breeze coming up now. It might help or it might hinder. We'll just see. I'll show you as I get along. Yeah, so there now I've got the rope tied onto that. Got the pole just through there to hold in between. Can you see that? Got the rope just sort of tied in there loosely. Now I'll go over the other side and start pulling on the rope and see what happens. See if anything happens. This part here, the book says you should have 2 people for it, but I don't have 2 people, so just me. And here it comes. So I'll give you an update as I get along. Oh yeah, here we are. So got it about halfway across, and then I took the ladder, I went in and pulled it over in the front ladder and pulled it over in the back. Now I'll undo this again and give it another yank. Let's see if it'll come. Yeah, it's coming. Just have to work it along slowly and it'll come over. Thank God it's not too windy because it'll just blow it right back again. And imagine if I was doing it with more than one hand, I'd be better at it, but I'll just work at it here. There, that's coming around pretty good. There, now I'll go inside it and see if I can get it so it's sorted up over the back of it and over the front of it, and then I'll get the inside done. See what happens. Yeah, there it is, it's up. And I followed the instructions, and the instructions are pretty good. There's no words, it's all pictures made for anybody. And so there it is, ready to put a car into, which I'm now found out that the battery is dead on the Mercedes. Likely I think that all went to hell when Fiona went here. So I think I've got it charging again. I'll just check and see what's going on here. It says it's full, so I think that I guess the battery's likely got no life, has no life in it. I'll take the battery out of the Porsche and stick it in here and see what I can come up with. Okay, give that a try. Yeah, there I went. Put a new battery in it, or put a battery in it, and just started right up. Now, usually this thing, it's I'll let it warm up for a bit because it requires that. And I wonder where the gas gauge is on it now. Way down, but it doesn't have the reserve light on. So we'll see what happens with that. So 83,000 miles on this thing. Now usually, and it's got an 8-track stereo. How many cars do you know with a AM FM radio, blah punk, and an 8-track stereo. Nothing like it, eh? Anyway, 8-track stereo was a blah punk that was put in by the dealer in 1968 when it was new. So I'll just leave it in there. It doesn't work very well. Anyway, I'll just wait for it to warm up for a little bit, and then I'll see if it'll move forward, because often the brakes can get all bound up on this. So anyway, I'll give it a roll here in a minute or two. There, we're ready to roll into 4th gear. Away it goes, driving. Isn't that something? Now all I'm going to do is back it into the new tent, so it's got some whatever you call that, shelter. Amazing, this car that just runs. We're going this way now. See if I can get it aimed into that tent fairly well. Well, brakes work, so that's a good thing. Check them out before I have to stop. And right into the tent it goes. Fits all right. I'll keep it snug to one side, so, and I'll keep it snug right to the back. Well, there you go. How do you like that? I'll just take a look out here before I shut it off. Yeah, there. Likely I could pull it ahead a bit and make a little bit more room on this side. But there you go. New home for the Mercedes for a while, until such time as I get back to it. At least it'll be in shelter from boy, that motor just runs smooth. Have a look here. There you are. Smooth running. Not a clitter, not a clatter anywhere on it. Amazing. So now I'll just I'll do a little bit of adjusting on it so it's a little bit closer to that side, and then I've got a bit more room on that side. I'll put a few chairs and stuff over there. Anyway, that works good. That's new shelter for the Mercedes, so that'll get it out of the weather for the winter. Yeah, there we are. That's all set to go. I'll close the door on it, and it's good. I'll put some of the lawn furniture in there in front of it and beside it for the winter, but not right now, not right today. But that's now covered up so that the next rainstorm that's coming tonight won't be soaking it. And I'll feel better about that. And then I'll start taking this thing here apart, and I'll make myself a building plan for here. So here, now, hang on. Friday afternoon right now, hey? So I didn't get much farther, a little bit of an interlude on the Volkswagen van, so I didn't get too much farther on that today. But we'll get back to it. Well, next week I'm going away, so it'll be a couple of weeks before I'm back on here. We'll just see how it works out. Anyway, what did I get done this week? I did get stuff on the other side done, and then I've got some of the Barney Rubble stuff looked after in here. So all in all, a pretty good week. So a little bit of a mix-up this week on the movie. You get a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of walk to the beach and all that kind of stuff. There you go. See you. I'll see you in 2 weeks. That'll be when I'm back on to YouTube. See you then. Bye-bye. Yeah. Little guy hasn't quite figured out how to get downstairs yet. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Let's go. You can do it. There you go. Another stair. There you go. Another stair. Oh, yeah. There we are. Down the stairs. Okay, we're going. Come on, little dog. Here we go. Wonder if he's coming. Oh, better have a pee first. Yeah, good dog. He doesn't get too far away from that to step up there. Anyway, I'll go down to the beach, see if I can get him to coax them along here. Yeah, here I am. So, what day is it? Thursday. And heading down to the beach for my usual Thursday, well, usually every day. Now yesterday, yeah, I came down here yesterday, but yesterday I had to go away to Nova Scotia, and I came back with this guy here. Well, yeah, here you are. That's welcome to Buster, right? Welcome to Buster. Yeah, where are you, little thing? Come here, little thing. Let's see what we can do here. I think I can do this. Yeah, so there you are. There it is. Little puppy called Buster now. He'll be the next movie star on the beach runs, hey, I hope. We're all sad that Barney's gone, but I do like to have a doggy around, and this guy here is all right. One down there. See what happens here. See. Turn around. Yeah, there he is. Come on, pup. We'll take a look at the beach here today. A little bit rowdy. There's supposed to be another storm coming up this weekend. The birds are out there. That's the blue jays out there yelling. The doggy sticks pretty close to my toes. Doesn't get too far away from me. Puppies are like that. Anyway, here we are. Waiting for, I don't know what the name of the storm is coming, but it's on Florida today, and there's quite a bit of devastation down in Florida from it. Hurricane, Category 1 hurricane hits Florida. It's supposed to come up through the coast to be here by Saturday morning. Just creating lots of rain around here. Come on, little dog, we'll go down and see the ocean. Yeah, so there. What's going on here? All those big waves, hey? Whoop, I'm getting my feet wet. He doesn't know what to make of all those big waves. All the action in the ocean. Anyway, there you go. That's an introduction to Buster, and you'll likely see more of him as time goes by. All for now. See you later.